Hi everyone, I'm here today with some dies from Spellbinders. This is the Primrose Heart Facade etched dies from the Garden Shutters collection by Becca Feakin. I know a few weeks ago I posted a video of how I made a card using the Garden Shutters Butterfly Bliss card that had the shutter that moved up and down. Well, this die set is made to work with that die set, but today I'm going to make a standalone 5x7 card focusing on the primroses. And I'm not sure if you're all aware of this, but primroses come in a rainbow of colors, but my favorite color is purple, so I'm going to be making some purple primroses. I start by cutting out all of the pieces, and this sentiment says, "You're in my heart." It's great big. I like it because it's got some beautiful script font to it, and I think that it can be used in a variety of cards. Could be for somebody Valentine's, could be for Mother's Day, could be for somebody who needs a word of encouragement, whether they're needing a get well wish. So many occasions this beautiful sentiment would work with. When I receive these dies and I start to work with them, I'll start by die cutting them several times. Then I have a selection of the bits and pieces. But I will tell you that this particular die set comes with 13 of those thin metal dies that Spellbinders are so well known for. And there are some beautiful finishing touches. The Art Deco border that is included in this is really pretty. It even has an outline to it. There are several different stems and different leaves. There's a pull tab in case you want to use this with the Butterfly Bliss shutter die set that I told you about. I'll link it in the end of this video. There'll be a link to that video so you can go back and reference it in case you didn't see it. There's a beautiful heart that has scroll work and then a heart outline. There's all kinds of flowers that have many different size petals, the biggest being the 5-petal flower, and it has a little center to it that looks like a little star. There's a 3-petal flower that has different layers. There's a flower base. There's a petal layer, a couple different petal layers actually. So you get the picture. The set comes with so many different pieces that you can layer. You can color them any way that you like. If you don't like to color, you can die cut them with colored paper, or you could die cut them with foil card stock, which would be really pretty. I did die cut my sentiment, you'll see at the end, with blue foil cardstock. And now that I cut everything out, I'm going to assemble it here on my craft mat so that you can get a look at how many parts and bits and pieces come with this. There's just minimal weeding that you have to do, just some smaller bits that stuck. Really, this die is wonderful. It cuts very easily. I ran it through my manual die cut machine without any trouble at all. You can make a beautiful bouquet of flowers for anybody that you think is deserving. Why not? I would highly recommend this set. I think I'm going to be turning to it time and again. Anytime I need any type of flowers. I see a lot of people who make cards with flowers as a 3D effect. And so that's something that I tried to do in my card by layering the 5-layer flower on top of another. And I created a 3-dimensional effect. I'm going to be using Zig clean color real brush markers to do my coloring. And here I'm just using some different colors, some different shades of purple, some different shades of green. I grab a bright yellow, which is the center of the primrose. If you've ever seen them in person, some of them have a bright yellow center, so I thought that would work out well. I'll have in my description box below all of the products that I'm using today and links to them. I did grab a paintbrush and some water. The Zig Real Brush pens are a water-based, and I thought that would be one way to color these petals and also the leaves. Unfortunately, a lot of my coloring didn't transfer over when I removed my SD card from my camera, but I will show you a little bit of my coloring technique. So I'm not the best at coloring. I try though to create a flower that is not one solid color. When you look at flowers, they have dark areas and they have light areas. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking the brush, I am coloring the innermost parts of that petal where the veins are. I'm not sure if that's what they're called in flowers, but I think you know what I'm talking about. I did color the center that yellow, and then I'm using lilac and light violet. So I'm going in with the light violet for the dark color and then the lilac for the lighter color. And I am outlining my petals with the darker color purple and then coloring it in with the lighter color purple. And just using a little bit of water, which this is not a watercolored paper. I'm actually using hammermill paper, but it's just a very light amount of water. You can't go in with a lot of water on this paper because it will get crumbly. You don't want a crumbly flower. So yeah, that's my process for coloring these petals. And it's pretty much the same process I use for all of my components, all of my leaves, all of my petals. I go in with a dark color and then I go in with a light color and just use a little bit of water, just to blend out that color. I am going to have a photo at the end of my finished card and I'll walk you through how I designed it. Before I get to that, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's watching this video. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. If you like this card when you see it, please give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment below what you think about this die set, what you think about this card. And also I wanted to say thank you to Yana Smakula from Spellbinders for inviting me to basically demo this die set on my social media. It's been an honor and a pleasure to do so for Spellbinders. And this is my finished card. I used the Art Deco elements at the top and the bottom. I used 3 hearts with the scroll. I colored that with the light violet, and then the back of the heart I colored with the same color that I used for the middle of the flowers, which is yellow. And then I have a cluster of flowers at the top, including the large 5-petal flower, which is actually layered. So there's a 5-petal flower on top of one. I put some leaves on there. I put one of the flower buds on that section. I put my sentiment in a staggered manner with "You're in my heart." And then underneath the word heart, I have another little cluster of flowers, including the 3-petal flower and the 5-petal flower, of course, and the leaves kind of pointing out on behind it. And then I put 2 little hearts at the bottom beside that cluster of flowers the one heart is actually popped up on foam tape. And then I just added 3 gold hearts from my stash that I had as embellishments. So thanks again for watching today, and I hope you have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.